Welcome back everybody to the Sharks on Super Mega Baseball 3. We have recovered from a bad start to the year and are now 8-8 after winning our last 4 games. And today the first game we're focused on has our ace Tyrus Sparks. We're looking to go above 500 and continue this winning streak. And one hitter who has been so hot for us in this stretch has been Preston Sullivan, who almost clears the batter's eye in center field. A 2-0 start on a 462-foot blast. The Sharks were not done there in the first inning, with Neil Hope coming through with an extra base hit. The Sharks starting quickly against starting pitcher Tiago Valerio with an ERA in the 5s. His day did not get off to a very good start. Demario Waddle draws a walk, and Ollie Sparks grounds into a double play with the bases loaded. The Sharks still get a run out of it. And then Sonny Cooker, line drive right field, a 4-run first inning for a team with 4 wins in a row. Here you go, Tyrus Sparks. It's exactly what an ace wants. That early run support. And we go into the second inning. Here's a drive to right center off the bat of Hudson Lumen. It doesn't quite get out. About halfway up the wall. And Lumen, the catcher, will get the triple. He would eventually score, and the Sharks were in control early on. Big strikeout here from Tyrus Sparks. Bottom 3. 1 on, 2 down, and this will get close to the wall in left center field. A 2-out double, and Tyrus Sparks would walk the next batter. Loading the bases for Maxton Malone, who's going to about the same spot in left center field. Waddle can't cut it off, and that's going to clear the bases and make this a 5-3 ball game. Sharks still have the lead until Andrew Shields sends one out to right, and the Scorpions bring it all the way back against Tyrus Sparks. I couldn't believe we blew that lead. And the Scorpions were not finished. Matt Brewer to center field, and the Scorpions put up 6 runs in the 3rd inning and take the lead. A stunning turn of events for Tyrus Sparks. We go top 4. Sharks 2 on, 2 down. Preston Sullivan strikes out, and there's the frustration on display for this team. Luis Velez was first out of the bullpen in this game, and this is a base hit into center. Runner trying to get to third base, and he's thrown out by Demario Waddle. Fantastic throw. Here's Matt Brewer, who homered earlier, and Velez gets him looking, slowing down this Scorpions offense. In the 6th, 2 on for Neil Hope, and he sends one way back to right field, 3/4 of the way up the bleachers, and the Sharks pull ahead again. 8-6 in the top of the 6th inning. We've talked about Lillian Haynes being one of the best pitchers in the league this season, and the first run she allows all year is a homer off the bat of Demario Waddle, putting the Sharks up by 3 runs. A nice lead here for Tanner Parker, but Macy Love base hit left field, bases loaded, Scorpions trying to get another rally. Carson Gallagher base hit into right, 1 run scores. That is all, but the bases stay loaded with just 1 down. Teron Mejia slashes one into left field. Another run comes home. The Scorpions make it a 1-run game. Maxton Malone had a big hit earlier and now draws a walk. That scores a run to tie the game. And Matt Brewer, what is this hop off the edge of the infield? I'm not quite sure, but 2 runs score. 11-9. And the issues just kept adding up for this pitching staff. A wild pitch gets away from Lumen. That allows a run to score. And then a base hit into center field. A slow roller this time. Another run comes home. I just didn't expect our pitching to struggle quite like this. But at the same time, this was clearly the worst outing for Lillian Haynes. She allowed the homer earlier and then had a lot of issues finding the strike zone, as the Sharks stayed patient, taking 3 walks in the inning to load the bases. This gave a big opportunity to Neil Hope, who already homered earlier. And he was the 4th batter walked in the inning. The Scorpions had to go to their bullpen. Byron Young comes out, and that's a base hit to center. And the Sharks trying to get 2 more, and that's exactly what they do. 1-run game. Angelina Anderson pitching in the 7th, and this is going to reach the wall. Another extra base hit. This game didn't feature a lot of zeros. That's an RBI double. Scorpions back up by multiple runs, and the Sharks were unable to get any more offense the rest of the way, losing 15-12. So disappointing to hit that well, have your ace pitcher on the mound, and still come away with a loss. Even though we've now only won 4 out of our last 5, it's still disappointing to lose that way. Baseball is a hard game to go on long winning streaks. I'm still happy winning 4 in a row, but we still have a lot of work to do after a tough start to the season. Our next game will be against the Warhawks. It's Zane Rose against Jimmy Mills. Let's sim that game quickly as we end up blowing a 3-0 lead and losing 5-4 in extras. So from winning 4 in a row to now a losing streak, keeping us at 8-10 on the year. Let's sim one more then here against the Warhawks, and hopefully we don't fall 3 times in a row. We put up 5-6 runs early, add on a few more at the end. Sully went yard again. 9-10 now for the Sharks. Now it looks like we have a tough game coming up against the 12-6 Freeze. This is just a 1-game set, and then we get 3 against the Firebirds, 2 against the Narwhals. I do like at least having a couple games in a row against the same team. I think that's fun. But trying to get back to 500, it'll be Rhett Sheffield versus Pierce Trevino. Trevino, not that accurate. 5.09 ERA, but he's 3-0. That probably tells you something about their offense, that he hasn't even registered a loss this season. They do have a +18 run differential, which is one of the better marks in the league, but they also have the best win percentage. The Freeze do have a lot of home run hitters. Gabrielle Benson has 5. Silas Perez also has 5, and many others have at least a few. Looks like a very balanced lineup. Probably not going to really get any breaks 1 through 9. I do think one thing that would be nice for this game is if, in addition to the leaders here like this for just like individuals, if they showed team as well, like team ERA, team batting average, or ISO, stuff like that, I think would be really useful. Thankfully, none of our hitters have negative mojo. We have a couple players who are locked in. So hopefully we can match this offense that the Freeze have. I expect this to probably be another higher scoring game. The bars here show that they are a really good contact team, but they also have some power. So let's get this one underway. Juliet Chambers leading off. I think this uniform set is a little glitched, so at times it'll look different. I kind of like the glitched appearance for it, actually. It's an interesting pattern. But Chambers hitting 271. Sheffield, ERA 11.1. We've talked about him recently. We're trying to get that down. Certainly a lot lower than 11. That's a good start. Now it's Kellen Ashley. Really good contact, really good speed. 375 average. That's really good. Missed badly, but it's a sharp grounder to Sparks. 2 down. And here is Gabrielle Benson, 237 average, 11 runs batted in. And maybe a few more outs in a row get Sheffield to single-digit ERA. It shouldn't take this long. That's a 1-2-3 first inning. Let's do some hitting against Pierce Trevino. Daniels hitting 395 on the season. Again, Trevino, low accuracy, so who knows where the ball's going. And probably a patient approach is the right one. Have a 3-1 count already. And Trevino misses high. There's a base runner. How about the play of Preston Sullivan? 6 homers now and becoming one of the more premier hitters in the offense. 1-0. That one's right down the middle. When they are there, I have to be ready. That's my issue, I think, against more inaccurate pitchers, is I don't account for, like, when they actually do find the zone. And if I'm always swinging when it's 2 strikes, then I'm not really getting a great advantage there. Sully strikes out. That was a bit late on that one. Neil Hope's hitting 400. He has 8 homers. A little lefty-lefty. Oh, I thought it was going to be caught. Double play. Bram Atkinson's on this team now. I like him. Played for the Warhawks for a while. 269 average. He has 4 homers on the season and skies this one. Lumen puts it away. What's the ERA now for Chef? We have 10.3. Still a little work to do. Found the corner there. 2 strikes to Silas Perez and a tapper for Lumen. A lot of these outs are pretty weak. Scott Shavewell, again, multiple homers on the season. Really good contact hitter. Maybe they're just, on the right side of variance right now. Their contact hitters are all hitting homers early in the season. Something has to explain winning 2 out of 3 games at this point. Casey Daniels records the out. I think they've had like only 1 well-hit ball so far. Here's Ty Gonzalez. Trevino's locked in. I really got to be ready then. Got to catch up too. He does have the velo. Don't really have time to be super patient and really see if these are going to be strikes or not. That one misses pretty badly. Went upstairs for it and still couldn't catch up. 1 down. Waddle's locked in now. He's brought the average up significantly to 313. I believe it was mid-250s not long ago. And it's still early in the year, so averages will change a lot if you have a good game or a terrible game. And we are having a terrible start, that's for sure. Ollie Sparks. Oh, I just cannot catch up to anything on the inside right now. All 3 were jammed to first base. Might have to get the timing down with some contact swings. That always seems to help. The ERA is below 10 for Sheffield, and the Freeze haven't done much to this point. Popped up. All right, you have 2 pitchers who don't have the best numbers this season, and they're both playing really well. The hitters are not getting much accomplished. Omar Serrano, he does not have a home run yet. We are liking this start for Sheffield. Strike 3 swinging, and now Maurice Hudson. Great power hitter. And he's batting 9th. That shows you how deep the lineup is. And he is retired. We are through 2.5. No hits. This has to be the longest any of our games have gone without a hit. Caught up to it a little bit better, but really didn't hit it squarely. It's dropped in center. Cooker reaches on an error. They did rule that an error, as they should. I should have swung at that. Sylvester Seymour. 2 quick strikes. Again, throwing inside. I thought that would again be caught. Double play. Hudson Lumen hitting under 200. All right, a couple misses here from Trevino. And now 1 right down the middle. It's drilled to Hudson. How do we possibly have no hits in this game? Back to the top of the order now. Chambers hits it hard to Daniels. He makes the catch. So we just had like 25 runs in a game or whatever that was. And then I expected runs in this game. Where are they? I feel like I'm in a groove right now pitching. And if we can make this catch, it's 4 no-hit innings. All right, Casey Daniels, he walked, and that was basically it. Too late once again. Here's Sully hitting 308. That has some pretty good bend. Yeah, I think that's part of why I'm so late on these pitches. So he's throwing a four-seamer, he's got a slider, a curveball. I think we've seen that slider an awful lot today. A 5-pitch mix. And he wants to throw inside. Again, we're just jamming grounders over to first all day, and thankfully their defense appears to be pretty weak. That gives Neil Hope a chance with one down. Will this fall in left field? It does! There we go. First hit of the entire game is in the bottom of the 4th. Now Ty Gonzalez. 2 down. I'm trying to catch up to anything inside. And then reaching for one outside. Gotta go back. Demario Waddle's locked in. Can we get a run home? 1-0. We'll take that one. Drilled into center, and that is an easy catch for Chambers. 4 scoreless innings. Here's Bram Atkinson. And so many of these hitters in this game on both teams, you know, can go yard at any moment. Atkinson's one of those players, and he grounds out to Sparks. Silas Perez. Nice pitch on the outside. Sheffield's brought the ERA to 8.86. Perez way out in front. How about the heater? Drilled the Waddle. Got it. Another fly to Waddle in center. And we will hit again. Scoreless here in the 5th inning. Ollie Sparks, 221. He's gone down in the batting order a little bit. Probably have to just get a bit earlier here on my power load timing. That felt a little bit better, but it's only 56 power. Why'd I swing at that one? Cooker falls behind 0-2 quickly. Now we're way too late on that one. And the pitch count isn't an issue. He can go probably deep into this game at this rate. Got me to chase that one. I think it would have been a little high. Sylvester Seymour is tense once again. But that one misses badly. Wow. An actual good pitch to hit and just grounding out to short. We are in the 6th inning. Rhett Sheffield has thrown now 42 pitches, and I think about half of those have gotten pop-ups. Omar Serrano. We're really using the fastball and changeup primarily today, and they haven't shown they can handle it. We'll go a little breaking pitch away now. Maybe the curveball below the zone. Wow, caught the corner. Strike 3. Maurice Hudson. That one's at 97. Now he's behind 0-2. Change up. Good accuracy. Strike 3. 6 no-hit innings for Rhett Sheffield. But yet, he's not in line for a potential win. Here is Hudson Lumen. We have 1 hit. 3-0 though. Or actually, one of those was a strike apparently. And now 3-1 from Trevino. Down the line, headed into the corner. This one's foul, and it's almost an out. Now a miss. And that is a walk. It's also out of play. What's the ruling on that? Okay, first base. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. But here's Casey Daniels now. Runner aboard, down the line, and not stopped. Atkinson could not play it cleanly. That's going to be back-to-back base runners reaching for Sullivan. And Sully hammers one to second. They get two. No. Neil Hope with two down all of a sudden. We had a really good start to the inning. And now 2 strikes from Trevino. The ERA is close to the 3s suddenly. We've brought it full. 3-2. Nowhere to put him. Line to left. Easy play for Serrano. To the 7th. One of the most unique games of Super Mega Baseball I've played. And the no-hitter is broken up in the 7th. Base hit to right from Chambers. Just out of reach. The shutout is still intact, but we will not have a no-hitter. But if you're a baseball fan, you're probably sick of no-hitters by now anyway. Although I think in the majors, we got to be at least 3 weeks removed from the last one. I can't even remember who had the last one. It might have been Corey Kluber. That's a catch. On the ground for Daniels. Routine 6-4-3 double play. We gotta get a run. There have been 3 hits in this game. Ty Gonzalez takes inside from Trevino. And now low. It is 3-1. Gonzalez over to short. Waddle is still locked in. And he will have a hit into center field. It's only a single. How do we get him home? We have to manufacture a run. I think we actually have to look at maybe trying to steal a base here. He goes. Into center, gotta go back. Thought it might fall in, but guessed right there. And now Sonny Cooker. 2 down, Waddle on first. I haven't done a very good job of putting the ball in the air either. So many ground balls. Trevino's kept the ball down all day. Strike 3 to Cooker. To the 8th inning. Sheffield stays in. What a pitcher's duel. This really came out of nowhere today. That was a risky pitch to throw to Atkinson. Won't throw it twice. Sheffield fools him. Another strikeout. Almost threw the bat into the dugout there. ERA, by the way, 7.77 here for Sheffield. That would be a jackpot. Flying to center. This one's hit a ton. Back it goes. Freeze take the lead. Off the bullpen roof, it's 1-0. You had to know a solo homer would eventually get the first run of this game. Still, it's an incredible start. You'd hate to see it be a loss and our 3rd in a row. Or actually, no, we did get a win in that one sim. But losing 3 of 4 isn't fun either. Probably the last inning here for Sheffield. His stamina is still not a concern. Serrano into center. Waddle back to make the catch. Gotta get one. Can Sylvester Seymour come through with that 154 average? Gotta make the most of these remaining outs. Strike 2 to Sylvester Seymour. Wow, got me again with that slider. Hudson Lumen. Just ahead of it. Into the tunnel. That's a trick shot. Should get a run for that. Base hit center field. Can we get someone in the scoring position already? I think it's happened once. And then we grounded into a double play or lined out. New pitcher, Doug Goldberg. Who's next? Goldberg faces Casey Daniels. And that's going to be off the glove. That's short. I was letting that one go. I was banking on it being over his head. Would have been a double play. But this freeze defense has proven to be a weakness today. Here is Preston Sullivan. Wow. That was it. Way inside to Sully. Down the line and right. I think we have to get back here for a tag opportunity. It's thankfully down for a foul. Oh, I can't believe I swung at that. The inside pitch has given me issues all day. Here's Neil Hope. Come on, we need something from him. That's a really good pitch. On the ground, right at Benson. We have to take care of it in the ninth. It's 1-0. We'll go to our bullpen. Valdez didn't pitch in the previous game, so he pitches here. Nice 98-mile-per-hour fastball. And that's out of reach. Broken bat. Infielders staying busy today. Juliet Chambers broke up the no-hitter. Grounder. Sparks makes the play. 2 down. Now Kellen Ashley. The strike is in. Let's see if he'll chase. Not that one. Two-seamer. Nice. Let's go back to that slider now. Put enough elevation there to tempt him into swinging. All right, that's a 1-2-3 ninth. And now we need 1, 4, 5, 6 due up. Can the Sharks get a rally and take this game? Goldberg will stay in. Ty Gonzalez the first up in the ninth. Again, late on the inside pitch. And now trying to overcorrect. Come on, not a good swing. It lands in left. Tying run aboard. I think we have to look for a pinch runner now. And that is going to be, I think, Boof Cobb. He has the best speed on the bench. Demario Waddle's locked in. His turn. Down the line. No, it's... I thought it was a catch. They only get 1. Oh. Still have speed on the base paths. Do we want Sparks or somebody else? You know, I think we're actually going to go with somebody else here. We'll go with Enter Text. I think here I want to do a contact swing. And Sparks' ratings are down too much. That is going to be slowed down but not stopped. Again, the defensive miscues. 2 on, 1 down, Sonny Cooker. Come on, Sonny. Come through for us. Cooker into right. Easy play. Down to our last out. It's still 1-0. And the game is now up to Sylvester Seymour. He's had so many big moments. What can he do for us now? The game is on the line. That was the pitch. That one is low. 1-1. Oh no, 2 strikes to Seymour. Way too low. No! Strike 3 to Seymour. Again, it was low. Could not get comfortable at any point in this game. And the Sharks drop it 1-0. A rare pitcher's duel here in Super Mega Baseball 3. We fall in 20 games to 9-11 this season. The Firebirds are up next. Hopefully Sparks can bounce back. I expect we won't see a start as bad as that previous one today. But this was a rough episode for the Sharks. We could have at least gotten a split if we could have taken that game. But that is not the case. Here are your league leaders. We see Ray Blaze, #1 now for the MVP voting from the Narwhals. We have Roland Rowland hitting .410, 3 hitters over 400 right now, and 2 hitters have 8 home runs. For pitching, 1 ERA under 1, Chris Lamente. Jax Fowler, 5 wins for the B-Wolves. How about whip? Demario Dudley, a .72. Not bad. And strikeouts per 9, it's Antonio King of the Raptors. Well, everybody, tough episode today. A fun one, though, on Super Mega Baseball 3, and still a lot of baseball action to come. Leave your thoughts down below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see next time if the Sharks can put together a more complete episode. Have a great day, everybody.